What's up, Panther fans? You know, this is Panthers 489. Coming off a nice win against Jacksonville. We got banged up a little bit. Kuechly getting that concussion. Seems like it's pretty up in the air as far as whether he's going to play or not. Last word that I heard on it was kind of not looking good, but still a possibility. So who knows with that. You never know. Concussions are one of those things where, if you don't push it, you don't mess with a guy's brain. Especially a guy we just signed. Well-deserved contract. So if we don't have Kuechly, that's a big loss. I mean, you're talking the best linebacker in football, possibly the best defensive player in football. I know there's another guy that's going to have an argument for that, and that's fucking J.J. Watt. Rightfully so. Who are going to be going up against this week? Now, I'm not going to be an ignorant Homer fan at all here. I will full-on admit that guy is a fucking monster. We better put fucking 5 guys on him. He's a fucking beast. There's no denying that. He's, I think, 6'5", 288 is what they list him. And I don't know if you guys watch Hard Knocks at all, but there's an episode where he's talking about moving a 1,000-pound tire, just flipping it. And did it like 66 times in a session. It's just like, geez, that guy is a fucking beast. So whoever's going to be going up against him, definitely going to bring in lunch money. He's dynamic. He's definitely one of the best players in the game. But I think we'll put a nice game plan together, be able to slow him down, and keep him off Cam. So their defense, I mean, they got some really good dudes on there. They got Clowney on the other side, so it's hard just to focus on Watt when you got Clowney coming too. So they got a good D line. They're no fucking pushovers when it comes to the defensive line. That's for sure. Now their offense, that's another story. They got some receivers. They do got some good receivers. I think Arian Foster should be out. He's always hurt. He's pretty much done at the age he's at. He had a couple good years while he's in his prime. I mean, he was a beast. But now it just looks like injuries are catching up with him, which is unfortunate, but it happens to all running backs. Their quarterback situation, though. Brian Hoyer, he's a good backup. Keyword, he's a backup. Ryan Mallett looks like who they're going to throw at us this week. Made some nice plays. I think he was 8 of 13 last week for like 98 yards. So, some decent stats there. Sounded like it was mostly just 2-minute, just throwing open guys. What it seemed like to me, I didn't get to see any of it. But that guy, who knows what he could be. He went 3rd round, and I think the biggest reason why he went in the 3rd round was his fucking head. He doesn't have his priorities straight from what it seems like. I know media reports always can be skewed. They don't necessarily give you the whole story. They want to give you the biggest story. But he was supposed to have meetings with the Panthers, and he didn't show up because he was too busy, getting drunk or doing whatever he was doing, and didn't show up. And then this year we had the number 1 overall pick, and we ended up going with Cam, thankfully, and it all worked out. But you can't just blow teams off when you're meeting with them and they might draft you. Like, that's just common sense right there. It's like you're not going to get a job if you don't show up to the fucking interview. It just doesn't work that way. So I think we can definitely win this game. It's a home opener. And anytime you're at home, you got to feel somewhat confident that you're going to get the job done. And I think we absolutely will. I would say I predict a score of 31-17. And the Texans, I don't expect to be fucking pushovers. They got some guys. There's no question on that. They got talent on that fucking team. They got some talent. No question about it. But that quarterback play, I think if we can just force a couple early turnovers, jump out ahead, that will, I think that's going to be the key for us. If we can maybe get a pick or a fumble, something just to give us that momentum right away. And Ryan Mallett being, not an experienced starter whatsoever, hopefully that gets him rattled and we just kind of take over the game from there. But these aren't going to be a pushover. I mean, nobody in the NFL is a pushover. I don't care if we play the fucking Browns. They're not a pushover. The Jaguars, they held tough. Give Jaguars some credit, man. They held their ground against us. And, we were able to capitalize on their mistakes. You take away a few turnovers, it's a close ball game, but that's what separates the good teams and the great teams and the okay teams and the shitty teams is who can make those couple plays. I feel confident going into this game for sure. Home opener, we'll get the job done. We gotta run the ball, just try to stay balanced as best we can, even though they do have a monster defensive line. Just try to stay balanced, and I think that will definitely benefit us. But man, receivers got to get open. They got to make plays. We need to get Olsen involved a little bit. He only had one catch last week, if I remember correctly. So we got to get him involved. He's one of the best tight ends in football, period. But I think that's about all for this video. So thanks for watching, and go Panthers.